is although the Cavs are 12-0 and they are having an incredible start to the season, Jarrett Allen over the last 2 games has not been playing up to par. This is his total stats over the last 2 games.
Browns be
13 points,
about
8 rebounds, and he's shooting 4 of 13 from the floor.
It says, should the Browns be concerned about Jarrett Allen?
Oh, that's a mistake on mine. Let me switch that.
Make
Cavs.
sure.
Update
I don't
live
think
on
the
air.
Browns should care.
There we go.
Browns
Sorry,
should not-
sorry. My apologies.
Now
ladies
you
and
just there you go. This
My
is
apologies,
space.
ladies and gentlemen. Jarrett Allen in his last
Yeah.
2 games, 13 total points,
Yeah.
8 total rebounds for a player who shoots in his career 64% from the floor. He is 4 of 13 from the floor in his last 2 games, and he did not play the final 6 minutes of last night's game. They put Dean Wade in as the other big alongside Evan Mobley. It could just be tired legs after 12 games in 20 days. It could be some sort of minor injury. It could be something else. Are you guys concerned about Jarrett Allen and his lack of production and, frankly, lack of presence over the last 2 games for the Cavs?
Let me ask you this about the legs thing, because I could hold some weight, but when you look at him last year offensively compared to this offense, it is more movement on his body, because this is a guy who he played a good chunk of the season, right? He only missed like a handful of games.
He played 77 consecutive games last year.
Yeah,
Right.
so
And then he missed the rest.
yeah, so and he's been pretty productive. I'm a guess that he's dealing with something, some type of injury, and he doesn't want to come out because they got a good thing going, and he feels like his presence out there is better, especially on the rim protection side. Everybody still funnels to him. So I think that he's shifted to being more of the anchor, more defensively, and that's why we don't see the offensive production, because he is dealing with something. That would be my guess, because look at that. Let you see that?
If there's something he's working on, why not just sit him? If it's something he's dealing with, I'm not worried about it.
This to me is a nothing burger.
Yeah, nothing burger. I agree.
This is nothing burger with cheese on it. Because, when you got other people, it's only a certain amount of touches that go around.
I said we don't even notice it.
You got people like Evan Mobley initiating offenses. Ty Jerome is more aggressive initiating offense. We just talked about how Darius Garland is monster in the clutch. Donovan Mitchell, we talked about how this guy's a leader in the firm, but he's a guy who's a closer in this league. So if Jarrett Allen does not get his rim runs or lobs, we're not running very many plays for Jarrett Allen anyway.
No, he's just cleaning it up.
He's clean-up guy. He's going to run the floor. He's going to play good, solid defense.
He started off the season with 15, 17
But I'm with G. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he's got a minor injury.
That's what I'm saying.
But even if he's fully healthy, I'm not worried about it. It's just, guys go through some slumps. He's going through a slump.
Maybe he's one of them. We don't need him until we need him.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything wrong with him, I don't know what. They should just sit him for, the next 2 games till Boston.
Who would be the backup? They probably go small ball, right?
Tristan Thompson theoretically is the backup center.
Yeah, but they don't need to use
They would go
Tristan.
Dean Wade or Niang and put Mobley at the 5.
And so, look, that's the luxury of having 2 rim protectors.
Yeah.
So, if they did sit him down, I don't think the Cavs miss anything. All you do is now go a little smaller. You still got Evan Mobley, and he's still going to be able to create. And for me, in games like this, when he's playing against Vujicic, that's a rough rider. That's one of the dudes. He
gonna bang.
He bangs down low. He's a big type dude. Like, those are the games that. And then think about it. Like
next game,
Philly.
But
no Embiid, though.
Embiid is not expected to play.
He played a lot.
Do they have a good big guy without him?
Andre Drummond, who has historically
he's still there.
Man.
He kills
his first year in Philly.
He kills it.
I didn't know. I meant still there, like still in the
20
league.
rebounds.
He
Like
has
it ain't.
historically done very well against the Cavs.
Take the over on his boards.
I
don't care what it is. Take the over.
We call him Bottoms McGee. Bottoms McGee, he his lower half of his body is. I'm like, dang, you got tree trunks.
He always takes to do the Cavs like that because he feels disrespected that they moved off of him for Jarrett Allen. Because he was doing 2020 when he was here.
Man. In his 3 games against the Cavs last season.
Very good call.
Against the Cavs last season, 3 games, Drummond averaged 12 points, 17 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
Take the over.
Damn, man. Bottoms McGee, he the one.
It's a different Cavs team now.
He the dude that dap you up all hard and aggressive.
You know what, though? I would if Jarrett Allen is hurting, wouldn't this be the game to sit him so Evan could? Because you would space the floor out then.
I don't think
Drummond couldn't be sitting in the paint unless they run in 2-3 zones.
I
don't think he's
either
hurt.
way. It's nothing to be worried about one way or the other.
I would run small ball just to get him out the paint. because he's a non-factor. If he ain't
Yeah,
in the
that's
game.
true.
I don't think he's hurt. I just think that's the nature of the beast. When the fourth, he might even be the fifth option.
Who,
Like,
Jerome?
yeah, like he might, because when you get in the game, there's 4 or 5 other people that's gonna get shots more than him. Isaac Okoro's been aggressive this year. His function is going to be, what Jarrett Allen is doing this thing when he is getting lobs, he's getting duck offs, he's ducking in, pick and roll stuff, running the floor. That's his game. We're not gonna run nothing for him anyway.
I'm not worried about the scoring. And on a scale of 1 to 10 on the worry, it's like a 1.2. This is as low as it gets. The scoring comes and goes, but 8 rebounds in 2 games for Jarrett Allen. He's averaging 12 on the season.
Yeah, but even if he's not hurt and it's just like a couple bad games.
That's what I'm saying. That's of the things that are concerning of the little slump. It's more of the rebounding and him not being in the right place at the right time for a guy who, throughout his career, has made a lot of money and just got another contract extension for literally being in the right spot at the right time every time.
So they played Chicago. Who did they play before Chicago?
Nets.
Brooklyn,
okay.
And Nick Claxton.
Claxton is a athletic big that runs.
He had a double-double, didn't he?
And Nick Claxton is basically to me a more athletic version of Jarrett Allen. I like Nick Claxton.
Nick Claxton should not dominate the box score like he did against Jarrett Allen, though.
Hey, listen. Hey, he's a good player. I like his game.
I think
Sometimes they get you.
I think this is
But
really
I mean,
tough.
G, if you're gonna say that though, then Jarrett Allen had 20 and 17 against the Lakers and Anthony Davis. So like
He had a bad couple games.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not worried. I'm
yeah.
not worried. That's my point. But you can't be like, oh, it's Nick Claxton.
Nah,
You
yeah.
can't expect things from him. He dominated.
Yes,
Anthony
he's
Davis.
played poorly the last 2 games. We don't know what the reason is, if it's just a couple of bad games or if he's actually dealing with something. But I think in the end, I think we all agree it really doesn't matter. If it is just a slump, he'll get out of it. I know he's playing great, but like Jarrett Allen plays the same way every year.
Yeah, boy.
Like he's pretty consistent. So a couple of bad games shouldn't worry us.
Now, if he started doing, if he started not being by defensive rotations, and he started missing assignments on the defensive end, I would say, okay, well, maybe something up with him.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the great luxury of having 2 bigs, right? You can, if you can still get 14 and 10 from him, and what is he averaging right now? 13.5 and something.
Jared's averaging 13 and a half and essentially 11 and a half.
Oh, give me
So
that. Give me that.
You're just speculating he might be injured just because he's played poorly. That's the only reason, right?
Yeah. So he had mentioned, what was the last home game? On Friday night against Golden State, they were talking about the amount of games.
Well, Saturday they played against the Nets.
Yeah, I didn't go Saturday. It was the last time I was at,
okay,
Friday. They talked about the amount of games they had played. They're the only team in the league that's played 12 games in 20 days.
Yeah.
And on Friday, Jared had just mentioned, man, I'm feeling in my legs.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 games since he mentioned that were his 4.3 rebound performance against the Nets and then 9 and 5 against the Bulls last night. I think there might be just a little fatigue, and when you're fatigued, you can, whatever the lowest level of, not like pulling a hammy, but just your knees are sore, whatever.
Yeah.
I would give Jarrett Allen 2 days off, 3 days off, whatever.
Why not sit him in the next 2 games? Get him ready for the Boston game.
I would 100% be in favor of that. 100%.
But at this point, I think we're all in the mode of whatever Kenny Atkinson does, we're going to trust him and give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's going to work.